Regards to the war that was taking place between Israel and Hamas. Now, Israel's cabinet has approved the Hamas ceasefire as a part of the Gaza deal. Israel-Hamas ceasefire will take effect from tomorrow. Over 90 Palestinians will be freed starting on the 19th of January. Hostages include 69 women, 16 men and 10 minors. The deal has been negotiated by Qatar, the United States of America and Egypt. Ceasefire deal is all set to halt the ongoing violence. Over the past 15 months, the entire region has been ravaged by war. And now, after 460 days of war, there is a ceasefire that will now take place. Irina Sukumen, who's international affairs expert, is now joining me on the broadcast. Irina, we have seen that the ceasefire talks came and there were a lot of players involved. Qatar, Egypt, the United States of America. This ceasefire has been actually dragging on for several months.
Yes, indeed. And if you look at the framework, it's actually not a groundbreaking or a new framework. It follows the May 2024 plan that was proposed by the Biden administration with some changes requested by Hamas at the last minute. Also, not all details of the plan have been finalized. Questions remain about the release of other hostages, about the exact number of Palestinian convicts that are going to be freed, and also about territorial disputes regarding the Philadelphia corridor, the Rafah crossing, and the overall security framework for after the 6 weeks.
Irina, this is what we are seeing now, and you're also saying that this is not something new that we have seen. There were small changes that were being made, but the big question now is that we know that this ceasefire will have 3 phases, but will the ceasefire sustain itself? That's the big question.
Well, that's the question on everyone's mind. According to Prime Minister Netanyahu, President-elect Trump pledged full support in the event Hamas violates ceasefire. He pledged to full support for Israel's return to Gaza, and for the next 6 weeks, Israel will be gradually withdrawing, but not completely. He also pledged to unfreeze the weapons frozen by the Biden administration if Hamas attacks. But that also brings into question, can Hamas provoke Israel into attacking so that to provoke the anger of the United States in such a scenario?
Right. Right, Irina.
And another question remains: what happens with Hamas after the 6 weeks are over? Because for now, it seems that the plan is to allow Hamas to remain and to regroup. Eventually, Israel is going to have to withdraw from Gaza, and unless there's an international security contingent to prevent arms smuggling and to keep Hamas in line, there is absolutely no reason not to believe that Hamas will once again violate ceasefire, and returning to Gaza at that point will be logistically difficult. Israel has suffered billions in damage, and while various Arab states are already planning for a fundraising conference for Gaza, no one is going to be providing Israel with reparations for the cost of the war, which was fought on multiple fronts in both the north and the south.
Right. Thank you, Irina, for giving us that perspective. The question now is that the phases of ceasefire have begun. There will be 3 phases, but what will happen after the 3rd phase? Is this ceasefire that will be permanent? That's the big question on everyone's mind.